All right, we are recording. This is live right now. Good to be with you tonight, folks, all around the globe. My name is Seth Mulder, and it's my privilege to be with you tonight, to be hosting this CEO Global Training. It's good to see a lot of cameras. I love seeing cameras on. Remember, some of you have your cameras on. Do not forget that. Okay, do not forget that. Let me just start out with some humor. Okay, so I was recently on a call with the rest of the Pro Tens, and I can't remember if the FAB was there as well. It was a Zoom call. I was in and out, listening and whatnot, video on, video off, muting, being unmuted, as you'll be on conferences. And the meeting was just about ended. They were getting some feedback, and I decided at that point, and I hope you don't think this is potty humor, pun intended, but at that point, I retired to my bathroom and decided that I would, do things that go on in the bathroom, and so you can imagine that what to my surprise, when people on the phone on the Zoom call started commenting and said, somebody's going to the bathroom. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, that's crazy. And then about a half second later, I realized that it was in fact me. I was the one going to the bathroom. And of course, not everybody knew who it was. Only the host, which happened to be Justin Rose at the company, only the host knew who the offending party was. And so I had this moment of truth where I'm like, and then anyway, it's just, these are funny things that we didn't have to deal with, before we had Zoom. But somebody said, well, it sounds like a guy. And so then I just decided, I'm just going to, we're going to be real and raw and authentic in this company. So I unmuted. I said, guys, I haven't said anything the entire meeting. And so I guess that's my commentary right there. So they all knew who it was. Justin said, kudos to you for owning up to it, for owning up to being the guy who was going to the bathroom on a conference call. So I'm reminding some of you that this is a Zoom conference call. Cameras might be rolling. In that case, it was just my audio. But anyway, hope you're smiling. I can see some of your smiling faces. Those of you who are not smiling, I'm going to recommend that you smile. It's probably one of the, Polly Grace, I love it when you smile. It's probably one of the most important things you can do. If you really want to make an impact on your business, start smiling. Smile when you call. Try smiling when you're texting. I want you to try this, okay? I want you to try smiling while you're texting. There's vibration in this world, and I'm not going to get all, voodoo magic with you, but just try smiling. Smile when you close, smile when you open, smile when you present. Just smile more. It's good. It's as they might say in my Native American friends, that's just good medicine. So good to be with you. Thank you, Laura Tuttle. You're smiling big. I hope it's not just at my potty story, but grateful to be with you guys tonight. This is CEO Global Training. We were here with you a couple of weeks ago. This is the August installment, and we'll be rolling this again in September as we prepare for a massive launch, a new product launch. Melody, 5 to 10, by the way, Melody, just answering your question to me. We got a new product launch, code name Super 7. Give me some wave something if you're excited for this product launch. Okay, I'm seeing hands move. Let me just tell you quickly. I was with Lourdes Rosas last evening. She had a new leader deep within her organization fly in red carpet into Salt Lake City from Colombia. And top leader, he said, I didn't fly in here to check the company out. I already felt good about it, but I came to confirm what I already knew. And I will tell you this, Seth, this has exceeded my expectations. This is beyond what I had hoped and wanted. I'm super excited. I said, why are you excited? He said, number one, I said, what attracted you? He said, number one, what attracted me was the science, the uniqueness of this product. But then it turned into a love affair with the company and finding out the soul and the heart and the culture of this company. And thirdly, I love the compensation plan. you know, and I'm here to make a lot of money. And I said, hey, just so you know, as I've traveled the world with leaders, you know, who've looked at LifeVantage and, you know, and prospected leaders into LifeVantage and developed leaders, I said, I think there's a template, by the way, for success. And I'm talking about the top tiers of success, guys. I'm talking about $1 million plus legs. I'm talking about $1 million plus incomes. And what I've observed is this, that the leaders who, and this is what I told them, I said, the leaders who are attracted to us in the following order, right? Or who have a heart for us. Now, I'm here to make money, guys. This is a business for me. It's also family. But if this isn't a business, I'm not here. Does that make sense? I mean, I'm here for a business, right? But to me, there's a hierarchy of those who stick with us, those who have long-term progressing and continued success. And that is number one, they fall in love with the product story here. They fall in love with the scientific story. They recognize, you know, I mean, I think about how Carrie Dickey found out about this, right? And how she didn't want to be involved here. And Stu Brody showed her the science and she said, holy cow, get me on board. I want that product, right? It was completely authentic. You know, me and Mark and Tyler and Marcel and many others who, you know, and we could, there's a long list of names, but I remember what attracted us initially was the uniqueness of the product positioning, the depth, the strength. From there, it went to the company and the setup and the public nature. And of course, we were all in this as a business to make money and to, frankly, to make a lot of money, to make significant incomes. And the compensation plan was important, but it wasn't the first thing. It wasn't the first thing. There's a love affair here, and you really became friends before you became lovers, and that started with the product, I guess. And so I was happy. I was happy to see that. Oh, we're getting some feedback. Hold on. And so anyway, I shared that with him. I said, I'm super happy to be with you because I think you're right on track. And this leads up to Super 7, talking about product. Lourdes and this gentleman said, when we were in the office, and I you know, this is fine. If you get a red carpet flying in, I suppose the company will do the same thing for you, okay? But he said, we got to taste some Super 7 today, Seth. And I'm going to tell you, hold on. We're getting some major feedback from somebody on your thing, so I'm going to mute your audio. There we go. And Lourdes was like, you know what? I mean, you hear about new products and you always wonder, right, guys? And, you know, you're wondering how big is this going to be? And, you know, people are all excited. And I think sometimes, by the way, you know, we can get a little passe about things. And, you know, are we overselling this? Are we overly excited? She said, Seth, I'm going to tell you, wow. One day, 30 minutes into that product, it was, you know, I mean, nobody had any intoxicating drinks with us, but we were feeling something, right? And this new distributor, right, internationally, who, by the way, is going to build, you know, multiple markets, Latin American markets, the U.S. Latin American markets, the Spanish American, the Spain Latin markets, Mexico Latin markets, and then lead into further development, you know, down the road as we open up other Spanish speaking markets. And he tried the product. He's like, it was, you know, we could feel it. I mean, this is exciting. So I'm throwing that little teaser out there for those of you who might be thinking the same thing, right? How big is this going to be? I've heard Justin Rose. I worked with Justin Rose, by the way, in the late 1980s. At a multi-billion-dollar company in this industry, and he's been at some of the biggest and some of the best and some of the most successful companies in the industry. And he's been here for 4 years. He knows his stuff. And when he tells, you know, when he told me, Seth, this could be bigger. I haven't seen anything like this in 30 years. And this could be bigger than Protandim. I'm just throwing that out there for you guys. That you know, and Lourdes's experience yesterday. That man, if you thought, is this the time to run? Man, this is definitely the time to run. So welcome to this CEO Global Training. We've got 4 incredible speakers, presenters, trainers tonight, talking about some of the critical pillars of our business. Pillar number 1, belief in yourself. Okay, your ability to do things. Pillar number 2, a belief in the product. Pillar 3, a belief in the company. And pillar 4, a belief in and skill set in network marketing. Okay, you're going to see a lot of that over the coming year, over the coming months, and frankly, the coming year. You're going to see those pillars repeated over and over and over. I love the simplicity and yet the incredible power in that simple system. You're going to see a lot of that tonight. But our first speaker has just hit a milestone in her business. I'm going to let her tell you her story. But Melody Soren just hit Pro 6 recently. In fact, just before Elite Academy. Tremendous accomplishment. I mean, I'm getting emotional just talking about it. We talk a lot about Elite, but you all know that that hitting Elite means you built a foundation way before Elite, right? So huge congratulations to Melody. She's going to share a few things with you tonight. How she got there, how she feels about getting there, some of the challenges that are always along the way that every single one of you are experiencing right now, and maybe what she did to overcome it. This is good entrepreneurialism. So Melody, you can unmute your line. Let's do a quick sound check. And I'm going to turn the first part of the CEO Global Training over to one of the newest and just fundamentally sound growing Pro 6s in the company. Melody, why don't you give me a quick verbal to make sure that you're live? Melody, I'm showing that you are live and should be unmuted. Can you confirm the same thing? Sound check, testing 1, 2, 3. Rusty, wave your hand if you can hear me. You're the number 1 on my screen, by the way. So I'm gonna text Melody here. Just bear with us. While we do that, I'm actually gonna do another sound check for our next speaker. Dr. Sunny, can you unmute your line? I want to make sure that Melody's rejoining, by the way. Hey, Dr. Sunny, you're on deck. I just want to make sure that you can hear us. Can you unmute your line and give us a sound check?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
You are loud and clear. Are you in Bangkok, by the way?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, we'll get to your story here in a minute. I'm going to let Melody rejoin, but thank you, Doc. It looks like Melody's in. Doc, if you'll go ahead, Sunny, if you'll go ahead and remute your line. And know you're coming up next. Melody, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you loud and clear. Michael
Awesome.
And Bruna, can you hear Melody? I'm just doing a quick sound check. Okay, Melody, it looks like we got a 4-way confirmation. Your sound is 100%. Video's on. You look amazing tonight. Take it away. Inspire. Preach.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Seth. It's really a privilege to be here this evening, and thank you so much for the introduction, and thank you everyone for your patience with the audio here today. So honestly, I am just so excited to be here today, because what we have with LifeVantage is just an incredible gift. As Seth was saying, not only do we have the gift of blessing people with our incredible products, both the ones that we have already and the ones that are coming in the future, but we also have an incredible business. And getting to the point of reaching this accomplishment is honestly very humbling, because when I first got started with LifeVantage, I knew I had found an incredible company. I had been around network marketing before growing up, and as a child, I got to witness network marketing really make a huge impact for my family. And it was actually very incredible, because one of the first vacations that we went on that was more than just a camping road trip was a trip to Cancun, Mexico, that my dad earned for our family as a result of being part of a network marketing company. So I saw that transformation of what it could do. And I honestly really love the industry, but to pour my time and energy into a company, I knew it really needed to fit everything that I was looking for. And LifeVantage just kind of ended up coming into my life actually through my dad. And I was blown away when I saw the ABC Primetime. And my husband and I were at a point where we really could benefit from both the products and the business. So we jumped in with both feet. And I just knew that it was the answer that we were looking for our health needs, but also business wise, really knew that it could be an excellent avenue to relieve some financial stresses and have a side income to not have a cap on. And so I've been part of the company for 3.5 years now. And I think one of the biggest challenges getting started was that I was in a new area, and starting in a new geographical location is a pretty lonely and just like, it's pioneering. You're starting new. You don't have meetings that are happening locally that you're inviting people to and things like that. And so I was supported through like Hawaiian Upline, Rusty Cottrell in the beginning stages, and kind of started my business out with Zooms, and then also just decided to start presenting. I think I started presenting in my second month, and were the presentations perfect? Absolutely not. But was I passionate about sharing the information? Absolutely yes. So I think sometimes we want to wait until we have a perfect system, or we think that we have to say things a certain way or be adequately prepared. And I think that really when we just have integrity and a driving purpose that others and how this is going to benefit them is greater than the outcome that we expect, it really just shows, and that can really make a big difference in this industry. And so I actually got to Pro 4 pretty quickly, and then was the main one supporting our family while my husband was going through grad school. And at that point, it was just like I was juggling a lot of different things, but I knew that LifeVantage was something that I was going to stick with long term. And so I think that's a decision that each and every one of us has the opportunity to make. We decide, like, pretty much from the beginning, is this something we're committed to? Is it something we're just like experimenting with? Or are we just going to be in it until, as Carrie Dickey says, we find those blue M&Ms? And sometimes that happens faster than others. And from the beginning, I've been, consistently going to every single elite academy. And at first I had like a really great team going. And I think one of the challenges that I had getting started was that I wanted my team to want this as much as I did. And that transfer of belief is something that you can't really just put into someone else. And so it honestly kind of slowed me down a little bit, because I wanted them to be successful and I wanted them to achieve their goals. And it just was like a little bit of something for me to like mentally get through, to recognize that leaders present themselves. And so I had a breakthrough at a really crucial point in my business where I actually was at an elite academy by myself. And prior to that, I had always had other people from my team there. And it just hit me like, I'm expecting people to do things that I've kind of stopped doing myself. And so I was kind of getting into that mode of like, okay, let's help you be successful. And so I really realized that I needed to be super intentional about always continuing with those consistent habits of reaching out to new people and exposing new people to the information. And I also realized that there was a great need and importance for me to just like set that proper expectation. And obviously, as you progress through the ranks of the business, like what we do, like things get added to that, but always to stay in that phase of sharing and providing new people with the information. And then honestly, another huge breakthrough for me was at Puerto Vallarta, the incentive trip. Both my husband were able to go on that trip. And it was just really special because that trip really was an awesome opportunity for him to see the culture of the company. I had been going to events primarily by myself, and it was just really good for him to be able to be part of that. And it was also really awesome to be able to be part of something where, excuse me, where we were in a more intimate setting with a lot of other leaders who were putting the work in just like we had been doing. And I came away from that event just recognizing that I needed to not be afraid to become a leader, because I think sometimes we're just always looking for leadership, and also just like, you know, it's kind of like you just learn from other people, and then you realize like, okay, it's time for me to do that next big thing that I'm like trying to avoid. And at that point, I was Pro 5 and just really decided to create a community, a team, and a culture, and really capitalize on social media and Zooms, and working with my team that is very diverse, spread over many states and countries. And so that breakthrough of stepping into leadership happened at an incentive trip. And honestly, I'm so excited about Cancun coming up soon. I love that we have the opportunity to all choose to be there and invest in our businesses and growth in a setting where we can really develop those relationships to help us learn and grow and connect with people who we can resonate with so that we can learn from them. And then another breakthrough that I had was at Pro 5 Summit. And that was just another incredible event to have the company fly us out to the Pro 5 Summit and have that special weekend of training and learning and growing. And at that event, a breakthrough that I had was the concept of really just digging deep in your organization. And so I came back from Pro 5 Summit, and I just had this vision for like going Pro 6 as soon as possible. And it was crazy. Like, honestly, I worked a lot just supporting and helping other people, and then continuing to like share and reach out with new people myself. And it's really a team effort to get to Pro 6. Like, people say you can get to Pro 3, you can get to Pro 4. If you have the platform for it, you can sometimes get to Pro 5 on your own. But for Pro 6, that's definitely a huge team effort. And I just realized, like they said, you know, leaders do identify themselves, they present themselves. And so just being willing to work with them. And sometimes that means they're so deep in your organization, you don't even see them on your geographic tree. But just like being willing to work with them and not like distinguishing, oh, who enrolled you or this or that, like I'm available kind of thing. And also the concept of just really helping people launch and get their business going so that they're sharing with new people right away. So honestly, I would say that this journey is just something where you continue learning and building upon the skill sets that you start from the beginning, and then you just build upon them. And it's kind of an awesome stair step effect. But I'm just really grateful for the incredible people who are sharing this with me. And honestly, I love that we have a gift that can offer people so much hope. And we just recently had a new distributor join our team, and she's like, I'm so excited about the products and finally being able to get paid what I deserve. And it's been a blessing, because in the last year, I have been able to be retired from working as a dental hygienist. And so I'm working from home full time doing this business. And I'm just really grateful for that flexibility. And I know that being able to go full time was honestly a big part of getting to Pro 6 too. But it's just really, really incredible. And I know that the sky is the limit with this company. And what's really cool is that whether you're new or whether you've been in the company for a while, you can always make that decision to get your activity up again and have success, because you can pass people who are above you. Don't let the person above you determine your success. Determine your success for yourself, and then race after those goals, because you can totally achieve them. So thank you, Seth, for the opportunity to share on this call, and I'm just so thankful to be part of this family.
Wow, raise the roof, Melody. I'm super inspired. I am seriously super inspired. Thank you, guys. One thing that we need to understand, Melody talked about social media. And that's all about connection. It's about interaction. Drop some interaction in the chat box. Let's blow this up. Now, I don't mean one person like making 500 messages, blowing it up. I'm talking about 500 people making a message or two and blowing it up. There's a principle in that practice, by the way. So drop some love in, some gratitude, some attitude. What the biggest one takeaway? I had several takeaways. I actually dropped some of those in the chat box myself while Melody was talking, but she had some great stuff. So take a minute to do that. Okay. Thank you, Melody. Couldn't have scripted that any better. That was picture perfect. And just listening to you, no question in my mind, that you how you did what you did. I mean, it was magnetic, truly. So, and huge shout out to everybody in your organization, up, down, sideways, who made that happen as well, right? It truly is a team effort. So thank you.
Seth.
Wow, rock and roll. We're excited to see that volume compound. Guys, Pro 6, that's minimum $50,000 a month in volume. We're talking about $500,000 business. We're talking about, you look at the average incomes on Pro 6s. Melody's home, guys. Melody is, let me put it this way. Melody is where she wants to be. Okay.
And also, my plan and goal right now is to retire my husband. So I'm super motivated to help people reach their goals, because I just want him to be home too, and for us both to be doing this together.
Wow. Love it. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Thank you so much. We're going to move on to a different pillar, product in the, being a product of the product, understanding the product, getting super psyched about the science, becoming bulletproof in what you understand about the product. Not that you need to be a junior scientist, but listen, if you understand how this works, that's part of the power. If you understand why this works, if you understand how unique this is. Recently, I had the privilege of working with a top leader in the industry in Asia, who is, by the way, yes, coming to LifeVantage, CEO of another company, another marketing and scientific company, him individually. And guess what they're selling? Guess what they were selling? They were selling a product targeted at mitochondria. That product was about $400 a month per person, single serving. And they got very intrigued when they saw what we have. And then, combining mitochondrial health, NRF1 with NRF2. So I'm just telling you that having that understanding in the product is critical. We have got the privilege for the next 15 or 20 minutes to listen and to study with Dr. Sunny Pramar from Bangkok, Thailand. He is a PhD, and Dr. Sunny, correct me if I make mistakes here. So, but he's a PhD in engineering, and he's an entrepreneur. Thus, we call him doctor. Okay. He has a really solid grasp on this product, and does a lot. I'm just going to tell a lot of presentations, a lot of training, a lot of teaching in Thailand. where he's building a significant organization, frankly, $1 million organization. He is currently titled at Pro 6, must be a Pro 6 night, but he's not satisfied with that, I know, because he's got his sights on, set on Elite and Master. I'll let him tell a little, and Sonny, if you'll tell a little about your story. He just had a major milestone in his business because he just retired from his entrepreneurial business, owning a number. And Sonny, if you'll tell us how many schools, I want to say like 50 plus English schools and franchises all over Thailand. But he's not going to be speaking in Thai tonight. He will be speaking in English. Okay, so you don't have to put on your translation hat. Don't worry about bringing in Google Translate. But we're going to be talking about Nerf 1 tonight, mitochondrial health. If there's one area outside of Protandim and RF2 that I think that we are underestimating, that we are underperforming because we are undereducated, definitely it is NRF1, I believe. And I think we leave a lot of money and a lot of health and dynamic changes on the table. My wife, Stephanie, has had a life impacting experiences because of Nerf 1 and because of what she carries with chronic fatigue and Epstein-Barr virus. That, perhaps even more than Nerf 2, has had a dramatic impact in her life. I think we're leaving a lot on the table, guys. So I'm ready to be inspired and taught by, and if you'll just kind of give it up with a warm CEO family welcome to one of our CEOs in Bangkok, Thailand, Dr. Sonny Pramar. Sonny, are you there?
Good morning, everyone.
Woohoo, you're live. It is morning at 7 a.m.
Yeah, in Bangkok is 7:35 a.m. Wednesday morning. Good morning to everyone, and I'm live from Bangkok, Thailand. And I'm very excited to be here with you guys in States and all over the world. And I got the privilege from Seth Mulder to talk to you guys about the Nerf 1 Synergizer. First, I want to thank Seth Mulder for inviting me and let me have this opportunity to speak to you. And just last week, when he came to Bangkok and Chiang Mai in Thailand, and I almost missed him because I just closed my office. Like Seth said, I have done the language centers in Thailand for about 17 years, and I have like 56 branches all over Thailand. And just last year, 2018, I was introduced to the business by North, and I didn't imagine that I will close my business because of the LifeVantage. But I'm glad and I'm blessed that I happen to know North and Seth Mulder. Okay, so, and I think you are so lucky here to have Seth Mulder in as your outline. Okay, so we have a chance to meet him once every 3 months that he commit to come to Thailand and teach us. Okay, so I will go into the detail of the products. Okay, so I'll share screen, right?
Yeah, share screen should be up and available, Dr. Sonny.
Okay, this is my great upline, my mentor, okay, Seth Mulder. Every time I met him, you know, every time I meet him, I am so excited and learn a lot about the business. And I'm sure everybody in Thailand, you know, have Seth Mulder as the idol, and we are wanting to reach Master Pro 10. Okay, and another guy is the one on the left. This is North Elite Pro 8, the first one in Thailand, and he is my great mentor in Thailand also. And the lady is the MD of LifeVantage Thailand that helped us a lot along the way to the business. Okay, for the product, I believe in the products because of the scientists. Like said, okay, I was educated in States at Texas A&M. Are there anyone from A&M? The Aggies. Okay, I got my bachelor degree and my master degree in civil engineering there. And I returned to Thailand to serve in the Royal Thai Air Force, and also another 17 years in the services. And then I retired to do the business in terms of language center franchise. And my PhD is in education, not engineering, because my business is language center. So I want to know about the theories and how to become a good teacher. At first, what I like most about the business is like how you can help people to learn and understand the products. And I enjoy very much to search everything through PubMed.gov. And when many people in my group ask me, what do I do in the morning? I said, I go to the pub, and they laugh because it's not the pub like, you go in the evening. Okay, and I enjoy lots of information in there, and it proves that, we don't rely on some testimonials of people which, for me, are not strong enough to back up the product. So for Nerve One Synergizer, what I see is mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of your cell, need to be very, very strong, because some of your cells has like 1,000 or 10,000 of mitochondria. What the function of the mitochondria is to produce more than 95% of your energy. So you cannot do anything without energy, like your car cannot move without gas. Okay, but the total weight of the mitochondria is only 10% of your weight. Well, that's a lot. Okay, so imagine like if you have 10% of your weight going bad. Okay, so you lose 95% of the energy. Okay, so the energy from the mitochondria should help you, in terms of pumping your heart. So you need that. Okay, and supporting your muscle, maintaining your brain functions, so you have the good brains and good memory, and also the controlling proper cell signaling. Okay, so all of this, okay, you need to make sure that you have your mitochondria work properly. Okay, so as we age, okay, we get older, we have instead of having more mitochondria, we have fewer mitochondria. Okay, and we have less efficiency of producing the energy. So besides that, okay, we live in the environment that we have lots of free radicals. Okay, pollution. We have food that's not clean. Okay, and we don't exercise much. So all of this increase the oxidative stress and increasing the way we age. So we lose more of mitochondria and we have less of energy. So NERV1 Synergizer is the solution to that problem. Okay, so you will feel younger and you will have more energy. You know, if you take if you take the NERV1 Synergizer, because NERV1 is the protein that will be turned on and will upregulate your genes, which is like 400 genes in nucleus, and it helps making new mitochondria, so you have more power. Okay, so you generate more power. Okay, this is the scientist. Okay, you can look through or you can search PubMed for this information. Okay, and for me, I take this product when I start the business in January last year, and I myself take the product, and I usually run in the morning. I myself now 57 years old, and I want to keep my health, the same like before. Okay, but I don't want to take a risk of over exercise. So before I can run like one hour, 7.6 kilometer or less than that. Okay, after I take the product, my speed or my last lap of the exercise is getting better. Okay, so this is like I can do like 10 or more kilometers in 1 hour. So I get stronger in my I got good health. Okay, so I think if you want to increase your energy, okay, NERV1 is your answer. Okay, if you want to improve your performance, okay, also NERV1 is your answer also. Okay, and your health, your cellular repair. Okay, so if you want to have a better sleep quality, okay, also NERV1. Right now, I always wear my Fitbit. Okay, both my uplines and my team, we all wear the Fitbit smartwatch to keep track of our sleep, and we understand like the product can help us. Okay, once you have the better sleep, your body repair itself more and more. Okay, and this is the way you can boost your whole body network of mitochondria. Okay, and I believe like I want to live and stay healthy until I am 120 years old. Okay, I don't know how you guys want to stay, how long what you want to stay, but I have so many loved ones that I want to stay with them forever. But anyway, I'm very excited to be with you guys, and hope we all come to LifeVantage to help other people to have better health and happy in their life. Okay, and I would like to welcome all of us in CEO to come to Thailand with Seth Mulder in November 23rd and 24th. Okay, I'll be glad to take you all to foot massage and better places, good food. Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity, Seth. Thank you for listening.
Wow, Dr. Sunny, thank you so much. Guys, would you drop some love in the chat box? He did not go to the pub this morning, so that the PubMed, that is, so that he could be here with us. By the way, I just calculated that. That's 38% increase. If you saw what happened, 38% increase in frankly, energy production, right? 7 kilometers an hour, doctor, right, Dr. Sunny, to 10 point whatever. I calculated that as you're talking, that's 38%. It's astounding, astounding. Thank you. Guys, drop some love. What I would love to know is, what's one thing that you learned? What's one thing? One of the reasons that we study product is sometimes we learn something new, right? And the longer you're here, the harder it is to learn something new, okay? Sometimes you'll learn, some of you learned a ton because you didn't know anything about Nerf 1. Some of you learned maybe one thing because maybe you've studied a lot. Another thing is we learn different ways of, to use Jessica's word, she just dropped it in the chat box, to inspire others, right? We learn a different perspective, a different way of putting that same thing out there that actually may be more effective. So Dr. Sunny, thank you so much. I got really emotional just listening to you because guys, this truly, what they're doing in Thailand is amazing. They're building on a foundation. And by the way, Nerf 1 in Thailand is not second fiddle to Nerf 2. They sell a ton of Nerf 1 in Thailand. If we sold as much Nerf 1, like probably percentage wise, right, as they do in Thailand, man, you'd see the US numbers skyrocket. We're a little, we're really heavy on Nerf 2 here in the US, right, percentage wise. I think Nerf 2 is 68% of everything we do, or something like that. It's not that way in Thailand. So Dr. Sunny, thank you so much, and appreciate you being here, and I will see you in November, but let's talk sooner. And by the way, Dr. Sunny will say anything you want about a bio, because I paid him $100, and that's what you get for $100, by the way. All that nice things he said, that's what you get for $100. So you just so you know, $100 goes a long way in Thailand. All right, we're going to move on. Next speaker, we're moving to Elite Pro 9, another man who, because of LifeVantage, retired from his previous career. Let me do a quick, Dondi, by the way, you're up. So hopefully if you can unmute your line. Thank you for the comments, by the way, to Dr. Sunny. If you'll keep those coming in the chat box. That's critical, by the way, for what we do on social media. If you're not commenting on people's posts and creating conversation, then you're actually not marketing on social media. Okay, so the reason we're practicing here what we ought to be doing, what we got to be doing in the social media arena. Dondi, are you with us?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. You look amazing, by the way. Look amazing.
Thank you.
We're going to turn this over to Elite Pro 9, Dondi Nettles, Dr. Dondi Nettles, retired Dr. Dondi Nettles, professional network marketer full-time and inspirer extraordinaire, to talk about one of the other pillars, guys, and that is having a belief in the culture and the company themselves. So, Dondi, I'm going to give this up to you. And thank you so much for being here with us tonight. I know you have a busy schedule, so thanks for slipping in CEO Global tonight.
Oh, absolutely. It's my tremendous honor. So thank you for extending the offer to be with your group tonight, and giving me the platform to do it, because it's something that every time I get a chance to talk about our company and our purpose and our culture and our mission, I get super excited, because when I saw this 10 years ago, and I was a successful chiropractor and AM talk radio host, but an absentee father, I saw the opportunity to me to step into something that was part of my wheelhouse, educating people and empowering them to be self-sufficient from a health perspective. But I never saw the business side of this, which is why it was never an option for me. It always was a distraction. But I was at a time when I never saw my children. 80 to 90 hours a week outside my home mandated that if I wanted to be a dad, I had to pray for more hours in a day, and God wasn't showing me any favoritism. Everybody had the 24 hours just like I did, and I was sleeping very, very small percentage of those. And so I didn't see any way out. This gave me an ability to take my passion, take my skill set, and empower people in just a much broader way, rather than the extension of my airwaves of my radio show, and help people only when my office was open and only in my town. So it gave me the ability to see what network marketing truly was, but from a company who was unlike any other, that was science-based. So I didn't have to be the one talking about the really cool testimonials that someone else had, or I didn't have to be the authority. when it came to the merits of the product. So it put me in a position I was very comfortable with not being the authority and letting the company speak for itself. So when I understood what we had, and 10 years ago, I jumped in, but I have to tell you, for those of you who've been involved in the company since the beginning, it is a much greener pasture than it was then, and I'll give you 2 reasons. There are more people that are more concerned about their genetic health than ever before. It's why we have things like Ancestry.com and 23andme.com, and why people are sending out their DNA profile, waiting to get it back to see what kind of health challenges may be in their future, which have been in their past and is now revealed through DNA. But I want to point out something that we can take in one of 2 directions. We've known, and there's been celebrities, Hollywood celebrities, that have taken that same information and gone and voluntarily had body parts removed that were healthy and functioning normally. Because if you don't have breasts, you can't get breast cancer. If you don't have a uterus, you can't get uterus cancer. I get that. But look at the risks involved with that. And their brain cancer is a thing, and I'm glad they stopped there. And I don't mean to be funny or crass, but what about learning about how DNA works, how to optimize DNA with choices we make every day, so that we don't have to remove healthy body parts? We can just lessen the likelihood of them developing cancer if, unfortunately, it's part of our past. That's where we are. That's what we have the true ability to harness. And when we take things like NRF2, which Washington State says is the most extraordinary therapeutic method and the most extraordinary preventative method and breakthrough in the history of medicine, we can capture that. When we take a corporate staff like Darren Jensen and Justin Rose and Ryan Goodwin and Chuck Walk, and I can go through all of our C-suite executives because I've had dinner with every single one of them, Marcy, my wife Marcy and I, and we've asked them point blank, with your pedigree, with your background, with your resume, why are you here at LifeVantage? Because every one of them, from the top Darren all the way down, could be somewhere else at another company making more money. And every single one of them gave me this answer: because we have something that this industry has never seen. We have the ability to literally transform lives around the world, not just with bikinis and Lamborghinis, but with true DNA potential like no one else has ever done before. And we've never been in a position, the industry of network marketing has never been in a position to have its products touted with peer-reviewed published research rather than testimonials, whether they're flamboyant or not, and whether they're exaggerated or not. It's a first. And there's some of them took $100,000 in a pay cut per year to come to LifeVantage because of the potential. That was something that struck my wife Marcy and I. We didn't expect that, but it got us more in love with who we are as a company. And then you throw on top of that the fact that we are the RSL front jersey sponsor. The most popular sport in the world is soccer, where we are on a video game that is the #1 selling sports video game around the world. You couple that story with an impeccable record of scientifically validated products at a time when people want to know their DNA potential more than ever, and you put that all together, you've got, in my opinion, the single greatest opportunity to change the health and prosperity of the world than we've ever seen. And for those that are skeptical, for those that are cautious, we're publicly traded. We're an open book. You can see everything about our company. You can research our products before you purchase them. It's not like, well, I'll try it and see if I feel anything because I can't sell anything I don't believe in. We've heard all those stories, but we now give people options that they didn't previously have to become biohackers, to learn and take a vested interest in your future. So yeah, maybe 3 generations of your past have had cancer of some sort. It doesn't mean you're going to. It doesn't mean that the best option is to remove healthy body parts. It means take advantage of your DNA potential with a company that is focused on just that, the potential. When we've got people that are voluntarily coming to a company to make less money because it's the potential of the story, that we are literally the company, in my opinion, that is going to change how the world views network marketing. Even now, we're in 2019, heading towards 2020. And there are people like Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote the book, The Business of the 21st Century. There are people like Tony Robbins who talk about how wonderful of a capitalism model network marketing is. And we still have people that are skeptical and cautious and turn a deaf ear. Well, these things are changing because we should be, by our nature as humans, we should be cautious. We should be skeptical. But once we have overcome our ignorance, we shouldn't be foolish. And I think truly this way, and I'll be as bold as to say this, is that we know right now there's more people on planet Earth praying for breakthroughs in health than ever before, and they're simply ignorant to what we have. There's people on their knees right now praying for breakthrough in finances like never before in human history. They're just ignorant about our business model. That burden lies on our shoulders. So if we can look at ourselves in the mirror and say, the fact that we have a global population that is looking for exactly what we have, again, 23andMe and Ancestry.com are very popular for a reason. People want to know what their genetic potential is, but not so they can, and they want to make sure, oh, well, I'll eat better, I'll exercise. How about doing it at the cellular level and on the DNA level with our products? Yes, exercise and food and nutrition is important, but not if you're sacrificing the proper DNA structure. So, and the other is we have more people that are doing second and third and fourth side jobs to make ends meet because they're looking for something better. If they knew what we had, they would beat a path to your door. That's just, they don't know it yet. But we've been a 10-year company. This is a statistic. Only after 10 years, only 4% of companies are still around after 10 years. We just had our 10th year and it was our best year ever. So you look at the potential of what people are looking for, the corporate staff, and why they're here. Forget about how much money they make. They're making less than they can make somewhere else. And the fact that they're here and they're here for a reason, to make a difference. I've never heard that story before. And I'll just be honest. I was raised in traditional corporate America, and I never had a boss that wasn't greedy. And I worked for some great companies, but I never had a boss that wanted the best for me and everyone else. I've never had that, not even at the CEO level. And this is what we have. We truly are working with people who want the best for us, from the top down corporate wise and how well they work with field leadership. And why you would even have somebody in, like, for example, why would Seth reach out to me? I'm not part of his organization. I can benefit him in no way other than give him a hug, a high five, when we see each other. Hey, hope everything's going great. But I have a vested interest in him, and he has a vested interest in me. And that's the thing I love about a culture, a tribe, a community that comes together to better everyone. You just don't see that. And I read something in Entrepreneur Magazine yesterday that says the single greatest move in people that are starting businesses are experience-based businesses. Experience-based, meaning somebody wants to start a business where someone not just has a product story or a benefit of their service, like, oh, it's our copier is the greatest color copier. That's not an experience, that's an upgrade. When people have an experience where they feel it emotionally and they get tingles, like I'm getting, look, you can see I'm getting goosebumps just talking to you guys about how powerful this is. When you can have an emotional response that creates a systemic response in your body, we're on the right track. And that's what Entrepreneur Magazine said. People want experience-based businesses. Hello, we're sitting in the greatest experience-based business I've ever seen. And at the time that most people need it, more people need it than ever before. Here's the challenge to you all. Knowing what I just said, and you may be skeptical, go do the research yourself about how many people want better health and how many people want better finances compared to how it's been historically. Here's the challenge to you. Knowing that people are praying for what you know, shame on you if you don't tell people about it, because you're wasting their opportunity. And I would just challenge you to get over your own insecurities, because if you don't, somebody will. There will be people on your database enrolling in other people's companies that are more bold than you. And you don't have to be bold. You just have to own what we have, which is the belief that I was asked to speak to you guys about. Belief. If people lack action, or they don't take action because they don't believe. Look at the indicators that I just gave you guys, or KPIs, key performance indicators, or metrics that we're talking about. Look at how many people around the world want to have better health and want to have better finances. But they're usually looking in two different directions. We've got it all here, one-stop shop. We're publicly traded, scientifically backed with corporate leadership that is here for the purpose and for the mission, not for the paycheck. You put all that together, guys, and I don't know about you, but it keeps me up at night and it gives me chills when I'm talking about it. So I hope that helps you guys and to be exposed internationally because of who we sponsor with RSL. You throw all that together, and that is just the recipe for success. And whatever success means to you, whether it's a dollar value or whether it's an impact or contribution, it's all measurable right here, thanks to what we have here at our LifeVantage opportunity, or our LifeVantage tribe. So Seth, I hope that gave you guys some value. Thank you so much for inviting me. It was a pleasure and honor to be here.
Well, I love what's going on in the chat box, guys. A response to Dondi, what he shared. Dondi, apparently people want to bottle you. So what nobody knows is Super 7 is actually Dondi Nettles. We've actually in a pill form, we've been able to take his essence, right? Wow, that was awesome. Thank you so much. Super inspiring. Guys, there were some serious nuggets there. You want to bottle that up, Chris Miller? Man, just go repeat a couple of things that Dondi talked about tonight. I would wholeheartedly concur. Just this whole movement about genetic health, and why we're here and how lucky we are. So Dondi, thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you, brother.
All right, next, we got two more things for you tonight. As we continue on the road to inspiration. Okay, I am looking in the CEO Pro app right now, guys. And, you know, we have some leaderboards. If you've not checked out the leaderboard, you should be checking those out daily. You should be checking them out multiple times a day, okay? So we've got a couple of engagement leaderboards, one for exposures, right? Or I should say engagements on exposure. The next co-host with me, Michael Jafars and Bruna Pion, they, out of the top 10 guys, out of the top 10 most engagement leaderboard people, 6 are in their team. 6 out of the top 10, okay? If I scroll over to the presentation leaderboard, what this is how many people have actually gone through presentations online through the CEO Pro app, right? So from video number 1, from the peak to the actual presentation. And by the way, these only get counted on the presentation if they watch 90 or 95% of the presentation, right? Of the 28-minute full presentation. So these are real numbers. 7 out of the 10 people on that leaderboard are in Michael and Bruna's organization and team. They're doing a lot of right things. Okay? I almost want to say they're doing all of the right things. So, Michael and Bruna, I'm going to turn this next segment over to you and to bring Bob on and just have a little chat about what's going on for a few minutes with the CEO Pro app. So, Michael?
I'm on. Can you guys hear me? You got good sound?
Just fine. Okay. You're good. You are good.
Really, thanks for taking the time out to recognize our group. I know you guys are busy, and we're busy doing our other Zoom. Bruna's jumped over there to do our other Zoom. But I asked Bob to sort of delay leaving to go to his other Zoom to stay here because, yeah, what you've done, Seth, we met again on the Rapid Funnel in April is when we sort of connected on this program. And I got to say, the happiest moment of my day is when I notice I have beginners, like 1 weekers, 2 weekers, 3 weekers on the leaderboard. So like Darlene Sorensen is brand new to the business. Okay. Karen Mitchell, re-engaged. Sandy Gordon, brand new to the business. This just gives me a nice big sigh of relief. They got it. They understand. Our mission is not to sell it. Our mission is to share it. Get it out there. And you've made this thing so simple to do, but as you mentioned many times on stage, it's easy not to do too. You can easily tell. So one guy that has really, now Bob McKeck and I go way back, and he has a phenomenal story. You'll hear it from stage pretty soon. He's a Pro 4 going to Pro 10, and because he's been Pro 10 in other companies. And his health issues and his age now has caught up with him, and he's got to get back engaged. And you noticed, I think you probably paid him the last couple of months as top guy. I'm pretty sure last month, I think he blew it out of the water at 600 or something. So he's doing things a little different than the average guy. So Bob, are you there? Are you able to unmute, Bob?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Bob, can you sort of fill in the blanks and explain to everybody how you did what you did and a little bit about your background? We'll just take a couple of minutes.
Well, the first thing, oh, okay, I was going to just share the CEO Pro, just so you see the numbers there, but I guess it's disabled.
Yeah. Just, we'll take your word for it. Just go ahead and be honest.
You're good, Bob. You got sharing rights. Go ahead.
Okay. So this is what's going on. And but hats off to Seth. You see there, when you look at the numbers, so total contacts, and the viewed percentage is 94%. People get on this funnel and they stay on it. They go through it. This is just shocking to me because usually you'll see somebody will go on and they'll click on for 30 seconds and then they're gone. People are going through this. And that's really the part that I wanted to point out, is that you've got a huge percentage of the people that are actually going through the information. It keeps them enticed. It keeps them captivated. So that was that was the only thing I wanted to point out there. So you know, I have an hour and a half to 2 hours a day. I'm actually working at 2 jobs, and I'm 65. So this has been a godsend for me for the Rapid Funnel app, and it's really just it gives you a chance to expose it to people. Do I have time to do 10 presentations a day? But with the Rapid Funnel, you can do that. Now, as time's going on and the built-in follow-up, the people have opted in for either the money or the biohacking, it's getting them re-engaged. So the ones that didn't really respond and say, no, it's not for me, and then they get some added information sent out, now I'm getting more response back from that. So really, to me, this has just automated everything for us as far as the business, because before, and I built my first business in network marketing back in 1991 is when I started. And then it was just basically videos in front of people, phone calls, and that sort of thing. And we built it from 0 to 40,000 a month in 18 months, and built it around meetings, and I got the top personal volume in the company for the world for that year. And volume was around 500,000 a month retail. So I knew that network marketing worked, and unfortunately we didn't have a company like LifeVantage, and there's some things that happened and on. You know the story. So now here I go. All of this time has passed, and I spent 10 years with that company. And all this time has passed, and then Michael was kind enough to share his excitement with me. And I've been looking and playing around and testing various things along the way. But once I understood what was going on here, I've never seen anything like this. It's got it all. So if I can, build this thing at an hour a day at 65 years old, and I've had some health challenges, some problems with Graves' disease, which also affects your mental stuff. So if I can do this, then the funnel has made the world a difference, But it doesn't substitute for talking to people. I mean, if you expect just to go and spam people with the funnel, nothing's going to happen. So you got to open the door. You got to talk to people, or even if you're just texting, and so they know what to expect. And then the follow-up is absolutely critical and fairly quickly. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen. So that's my point on it.
Thanks, Bob. And Seth, I just wanted to let everybody know that the notifications are key. And I don't think people really appreciate what you built in here. And I would suggest the moment you get a notification from yourself, somebody in your funnel clicked on, or one of your partners people clicked on, that little ability to make the phone call and just say, hello, I'm Bob McEachran's business partner. I noticed you clicked on a link. I'm just double checking that it worked, that you got it, that you've got your information. Feel free to call me, text me, and we can further this conversation. That little tidbit goes a long ways, and it starts building that relationship. So Seth, I appreciate all that you did, and thanks Bob for jumping in and being my business partner.
Wow. Michael, Bob, thank you guys so much. What a powerful segment, guys. You see Bob's numbers, 90. Here's one of the things I love. One of the things I absolutely love about what we're doing with the CEO Pro app is this. How many successful businesses do you know that don't track numbers? Hello. And now I'm going to upgrade the conversation. How many successful businesses do you know that don't track the most important numbers? When we launched the CEO Pro app a few months ago, one of the reasons Chris and I were so over the top stoked about it was the ability to track the number one most important number for us in our industry. And that is, it's kind of a combined number, the number of exposures that you make and the number of people that engage with that exposure, right? And that is tracked right there on the front page of your stinking app, okay? And we create contests and rewards, right, in the pardon me, in the app that you can see under the contests section, right? And it's right there on the homepage every day. You can see how many people you've engaged, you've exposed, how many people have engaged, the percentage, and then again, we're rewarding the correct behavior. And that correct behavior is increasing the number of exposures and engagement. Guys, that's the number one predictor of where your business personally is going. And the number one predictor of where your business as a whole is going, right? And now, fast forward a few months, and now we have the ability to track the second most important number in our business, which is how many full presentations are going on in your business. And we've got this leaderboard, August leaderboard. Dave and Kathy Marquis, number 1. Michael Jafar's number 2. Robin, they're at 12 and 10 presentations this month. Guys, it's the 13th. Put those numbers out. That's 20 to 24 presentations. Actually, it's probably more like 25 to 30 if we amortize that over the month. 25 to 30 personal presentations this month. And by the way, in Michael's and Bruna's organization, 7 out of 10 of the top presentation leaderboard leaders are in their organization. The most important numbers that you need to know and that you need to track are right here stinking on the app. We just have to go just go focus on that. So love that, Bob. Thanks for killing it. Thanks for sharing your perspective, and thanks for joining LifeVantage. That's kudos to LifeVantage that it attracted you here, Bob. So anyway, thank you. Let's go on to the last segment, guys. We're at 86 minutes. We roll these meetings into 75 to 90 minutes every month. I'm going to turn this over to one of my good friends, brothers, truly in the industry, and partner here with CEO Pro, Elite Pro 9 out of Gilbert, Arizona. A man who needs no introduction, Mr. Chris Michael.
I guess I got to pay $100 to get a better introduction. Does I go that far in Utah? Wow, you guys, what an incredible training so far tonight. I mean, literally, I'll tell you what, Dr. Sonny was putting those slides up, and I was actually taking pictures for Nerf One because I love simplicity. I love things that are just like, here's this, and it goes boom, 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 boom. There was 4 points. Absolutely amazing. Melody, I remember meeting Melody. I mean, just a great leader. I think we were all hunkered down on the hurricane that never hit Orlando. And that's when I believe I met her for the very first time. It could have been before that, but just great. There's been a lot of great nuggets, which I'm absolutely just pleased by, you guys, with what everybody has said. One thing that I absolutely love was somebody said, and I can't remember who, but people lack action because they don't believe. I think that's the way it was said. People lack action because they don't believe. And that's one of the biggest things I want to get. I want to just talk about a couple of things. How do you build your belief? And just maybe actually give you guys a couple of ways to actually go out and do those invites. Get people onto the information to pique their interest and to get them to get engaged. So let's talk about that. How do you build belief, right? Just from that comment. I'm going to share my screen, except for Seth has me disabled. So we'll wait a second, see if he'll enable me. A couple other notes that I took here. Actually, a note I just saw on Facebook. I turned on my phone real quick, saw on Facebook, and I saw this from actually out of now Louisiana, Pro9 Casey Graves. I saw she posted, "Stop upgrading your phone and start upgrading your life." Stop upgrading your phone and start upgrading your life. And I thought that was absolutely just key. So it looks like Seth still has not engaged me on this information. Seth, can you unblock me? Are you still there? Maybe you went on a bathroom break. We'll see. We'll see if he pops in. But you guys, I'll talk to you guys coming up here. How do you build belief? And that is attending events. Okay, there's no better way to build a belief without attending events. So he just gave me access. Thank you, Seth.
Are you really talking about a bathroom break for me after the story I shared at the beginning?
Hey, some people miss the beginning. Good thing your mic was off. That's all I'm going to say. You guys, so building belief, how do we do that? How do we go about it? And that really is attending different events. And there's a lot of different events like the training that's going on tonight. Let's see if I got it here. My screen. Sorry. Gotta love technology. It was here. And I don't see it. Well, let's just talk about it. Building belief, you guys. Going to the events. The next events coming up is what? What are they? One is Long Beach, where Super 7 is going to be launched. Okay, something that we're all going to want to be a part of. Something that I will not miss that event for nothing. You're going to want to be there. So let's talk about after Long Beach. Sorry, guys, my notes are completely gone here on what I was going to talk about. Sorry, Seth. Hold on one second, you guys. I'm going to pull up my notes real quick here and see if I can get it to do this real quick. Hold on. Uh-oh. All right, guys. One more second. Sorry. So let me ask you a question. Who's going to be in Long Beach? Well, I figured this out real quick. Raise your hand. Who's going to be there for the launch of this incredible information that's going to be coming out and a product that's going to change a lot of different things? So after that, you guys, also Seth will talk about this, but our next CEO Global training is going to be September 5th, where you're going to want to invite and bring different people on. I love sharing slides, but for some reason, I'm having a difficulty sharing slides. So I'm just going to walk you guys through them. Here's a couple.
Yeah, push it to the side. You don't think I did?
Oh. Okay, so we have some background noise there. But let's talk about the invite, you guys. There's different invites that we can do. And I'm going to, sorry, Seth, give me one more second.
You're good, man.
I don't know why this thing is. Bring it, Chris. Oh, I'll bring it. All right.
Because you didn't pay your dues, dude. You did not pay your dues.
I always pay my dues
in front of everybody.
I love it. I don't get it. I'll tell you what. Zoom has got me just riled up lately with what they're doing. I got that. I got to go pick it apart here. Sorry, one more second. Oh, I got it. Maybe. There we go. Boom. I'll tell you what, these guys, they drive me nuts, Zoom. All right, there you go. There's the upcoming events that I was going to share with you guys. So you know, yes, that is a picture of Kansas City. I didn't have time to change that from when Seth told me we were planning on, literally a few minutes ago, what date it was going to be in September. So I threw it on a slide real quick because I'm a visual learner. So there's the upcoming events. Let's talk about the invites. Okay, let's talk about maybe different ways that you could invite. And here's some examples for you. If you're focused on the money side of things, and I don't care which way you go, money or health, I always invite with the business and validate with our products, because our products are so easy to transition to if they're not interested in the business, right? Or they don't know what they're interested in yet. But so if you're talking money, here's one of my favorite invites for you guys. So you might want to have some paper, take some notes. Money.
I'll take care, Chris.
Okay. I found a way that we can make some extra money. Are you interested? Imagine that invite to somebody, you guys. I found a way that we can make some extra money. Are you interested? If I could show you a way to make some extra money or extra income, would you take a look? When it comes to making extra money, do you keep your options open? Okay, these are questions, invites that are, in my opinion, they're actually really hard for somebody to say no to, which is the most important, because I have had people tell me, you know what, I'm not interested. And I always ask them the question, what are you not interested in, right? If I have not given them any information yet. So another invite, are you open to a side gig or a side hustle to make some extra money? If I would you is $1 million phrase, something Seth taught me probably 11 years ago. You know what? It's actually kind of funny, Seth, that you taught me these phrases and you said they were $1 million phrases. And at the last event, let's see if I can, hold on one second. I don't know. I guess I don't know if you, if I took this as true or not, but you used to tell me for 11 years, there were these $1 million phrases. So I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you see that, Seth?
No, your screen's, you're still sharing screen, which you probably better not take off since you have so much problem.
Yeah, that's all right. Hey, you know what?
Now, there it is.
Look there you go. I'll share it for you. Can you see that?
Bright and clear.
Bright and clear. So he used to tell me there were these $1 million phrases. And then last event, I had the opportunity to become what they considered a LifeVantage millionaire. So by listening to and following these phrases that he taught me, it was something that was a big deal because it actually worked. So all of these different things that you hear over and over again, they actually do work when you talk about $1 million phrases. So back to those $1 million phrases. Look at that. I got it right back. Is this phrase, if I would you. Okay. Everything you do, ask people this question when you're inviting them, whether it's about the health or it's about money. If I was to do this, if I was to send you this video, would you take a look? If I was to send you this information, would you take a look? If I was to send you a 1-minute survey and a 5-minute video on making extra income, would you take a look? You guys, that is a big $1 million phrase for you and each and every one of you on your team. On the health side, hey, if I found a way that we could better our health, are you interested? If I could show you a better way, if I could show you a way to better your health, would you take a look? When it comes to taking care of your health, do you keep your options open? So think of those questions that you're asking. They're simple questions. They're not threatening in any way. They're very simple, and it just gets people to say yes. Sure, what is it? Great. If I send you a 1-minute survey and a 5-minute video, would you take a look? Yeah, sure, send it over. Right? That's the answer I get over and over and over again. So you guys, either just simple phrases, simple ways to invite for you to help grow your business. Because there's a lot of people, we get excited. We don't know what to say. I love that from Laura. I don't know about that, but what I do know is, and then fill in the blank, right? And that's a great phrase from Laura. That's one of the old $1 million phrases for sure. people ask you, well, how does this compare to that? Right? You may get, how does this compare to this product or that product? So you know what? Listen, I don't know about that, but here's what I do know. We're a publicly traded company. We've got 26 plus peer-reviewed studies on PubMed.gov because we went to the pub early in the morning. Thanks, Dr. Sunny. So you guys, another $1 million phrase. I don't know about that. Don't try to tell people about their own product or something if it's a competing product in the sense. But what I do know is, and then tell them what you do know. That's another $1 million phrase. So you guys, I just want to jump on here and give you guys a couple invites, a way to just, you get excited, you've created your database, you have some names. What are just some simple ways to get people to say yes? And these are ways that I have found. I'll tell you what, I've done a lot of these invites, and I did get one no. Okay, I got one no. And then it was pretty funny. I don't remember where we were at. We were at an event, and that person actually texted me back and said, hey, will you just go ahead and send me that information from the no I got? So simple ways, simple invites just to get people to take a look. And with that being said, you guys, that's about as much as I got for you guys tonight. I always like to leave it with a quote. I'm going to leave it with a different quote. The sky is not the limit. The limit is your vision. Okay, the sky is not the limit. The limit is your vision. So with that being said, you guys, amazing, amazing people. Thank you for everybody that's jumped on. Thanks for Seth, and thanks for all of the people. Thanks for the people that were willing to enroll me and get me in this thing. And I just appreciate it. So you guys, thanks for jumping on, and hopefully those invites will help you go out and be able to invite people to take a look at the amazing gift that we truly have to give people.
Can you believe that Chris Michael asked me to enroll him 10 years ago, and I told him I wouldn't? Can you believe that? He never lets me live that down.
I wasn't going to say that, but I had to throw it out there.
I wouldn't enroll him. Say yes next time somebody asks you to enroll him. Just say yes. Okay. Wow, guys. Drop some love. And when I say love, show your gratitude. Show what you learned. It's great that you're here, but the reason that we do these trainings, we do them often, is so that you can explode. I don't want you just to grow. I want you to be able to explode your business. My belief tonight, frankly, has expanded and exploded, okay, which is going to translate into action, okay? I have basically the next 24 to 36 months, Stephanie and I, to blow this up, okay? So huge thanks to everybody who contributed. I think this is definitely, we haven't had a global CEO training, but guys, I don't know if this may be the single best one we've ever had. This has been truly amazing. Thank you, Chris, Dondi, Bob, Michael, Melody, Dr. Sunny. Did I get everybody, Chris? Truly amazing. Next CEO Global Training, September 5th. That's a Thursday, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and wherever you are in the world, okay? Here's my challenge, our challenge, mine and Chris's challenge. Get on the leaderboard. Get on the leaderboard this month, okay? If you will simply make that your goal, the work that it will take to get on the leaderboard and to be growing on the leaderboard, go compete with yourself. Let's go compete with Michael Jafars, okay? Let's compete with him and Bruna, because they're kicking some serious tail and taking all of those names, because most of those names are theirs. Thank you, guys. Drop in one comment, maybe what you learned. I'm going to leave the recording on for about 1 minute, okay, even after I close, okay? Give you an opportunity to share your number one takeaway, okay? Your number one takeaway, or what that translates to you or translates for you into the business. What you're going to do about this, right? I'm talking about the substantive tangibles, okay? So that's what I'm going to leave you with, guys, today. Thank you, Chris. Thanks for setting the example, Chris. Guys, this is in the books. We'll see you at the next one, and we'll see you in Long Beach.